Hey everybody, it's time to take a look at the 5 hottest and 5 coldest teams currently in the NHL. For those of you that don't know or maybe are new, I do this every Saturday throughout the NHL regular season, and we take a look at who's really hot and who is really not in the NHL. This is my first one of this year because obviously last Saturday it was still way too early in the season, but now everybody's got at least a few games under their belt, and we're going to be doing this the rest of the way. This video is sponsored by Symbol. Symbol is the stock market for sports that allows you to profit off your sports knowledge. On Symbol, you can trade shares of sports teams like stocks, and every time a team you own wins, you win a cash payout. Use your sports knowledge on Symbol to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Join the 7,000 plus other sports fans who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit www.symbol.com to create a free account, and when you deposit, make sure to use the promo code OTWH to make your deposit up to $100 risk-free. Again, that's visit www.symbol.com and use the promo code OTWH. And your first deposit up to $100 will be completely risk-free. That means even if you lose money or you just don't want to play anymore and want your money back, Symbol will refund that initial deposit within the first 90 days, absolutely no questions asked. So join Symbol today and start investing in your favorite teams. As we get into it here, I like to start with the positive. So we're going to look at the hot teams first. And right now, out of the gate, the hottest teams in the NHL are these guys. And now at number 5, I could have had a few different teams. I think Washington's in the mix there. Some other teams that have started off with 3 wins already. But I went with the St. Louis Blues. They are 3-0-0 to start their season. They've won all 3 of their games so far. And they've picked up some really nice wins. And I've been impressed with what I've seen from the St. Louis Blues so far. So I have them in at number 5. At number 4, I have the Carolina Hurricanes. They are also 3-0-0 to start their season and off to a very solid start. They've picked up some quality wins, particularly their first one over the New York Islanders. And again, I've been impressed with Carolina, and that's a team that I had questions about heading into this season. They certainly have looked good so far, and like they've answered the bell. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Hurricanes. At number 3, who would have guessed this? The San Jose Sharks. Absolutely surprising me out of the gate here. 4-0-0 to start the season. They've won all 4 of their games. They've been on the road a lot, too, and they are picking up big road wins, including last night in Toronto. The Sharks have been very, very impressive. And honestly, they've caught me by surprise. I was not expecting this from San Jose. We'll see if it continues long-term or not, but at least to start, they have been awesome. At number 2, I have the Florida Panthers. They are also 4-0-0 to start their season. And I think Florida has been the most dominant team out of the gate to start the year. They have been super, super impressive. And I would have had them at number 1 if it wasn't for this one other team. The Edmonton Oilers have played 5 games, and they are 5-0-0 to start their season. They've won all 5. They've looked really good. They're scoring a ton of goals. Their offense is absolutely on fire. McDavid's off to a ridiculous start. I think he has 13 points already. It's just been nuts. And Edmonton is firing on all cylinders out of the gate. And for them to have 5 wins in their first 5 games, that makes them the hottest team in the NHL right now. Switching over to the other side of things, the cold teams. Some other of these teams have not had the best starts. While some get out to great starts to the year, these teams have not. And coming in at number 5, and I was not expecting to have to say this, but the Colorado Avalanche. They are just 1-3-0 to start their season. They've lost 3 straight after winning their first game. And it's just gone downhill for the Colorado Avalanche after opening night. And obviously a team with high expectations. So it was looking to be a top team this year. I mean, it's still very, very early. Way too early to panic or really be worried, but, not the best start for the Avalanche here at 1-3. And Vegas at number 4 is in the same situation. They're 1-3-0 to start the year. They've lost 3 straight. They won their first game and haven't won since. And again, a team with high expectations that a lot of people thought would be one of the top teams in the league this year, not getting off to a good start. Way too early to panic, way too early to make any rash decisions, but not the way that they wanted to start their season. And now we get into our winless teams. There are 3 teams left in the NHL that do not have a win. And coming in at number 3, we have the Arizona Coyotes. 0-3-1 to start the year. They've lost their last 2 in regulation. They did pick up a point against the Buffalo Sabres in a shootout loss, but they haven't won a game yet. And it's just not been a good start for Arizona. They almost feel like a free win at this point. This was somewhat expected for the Coyotes. We knew they weren't going to be very good this year, but nonetheless, they are definitely one of the coldest teams to start. Coming in at number 2, we have a massive disappointment in the Chicago Blackhawks. This was a team that had so much hype around them after the offseason that they had, bringing in Marc-Andre Fleury, bringing in Seth Jones, bringing in Jake McCabe, getting Jonathan Toews back up front. Like, there was so much hype around the Blackhawks heading into this season, and they have started the season 0-4-1 through their first 5 games. Haven't won yet. They've lost 3 straight in regulation, and it's just been very, very disappointing for Chicago. There's already talk about Jeremy Colliton being on the hot seat and possibly getting fired. That's not what you want to hear 5 games into your season, and especially for a team that was hoping to be a playoff team this year. They're starting to dig themselves a little bit of a hole here early, and that is not what you want to be doing. But again, very, very early, still plenty of time to turn it around. But without a doubt, the number 1 coldest team in the NHL, without question, are the Montreal Canadiens. This is a team that has not registered a point yet. 0-5-0 through their first 5 games. They've lost all 5 in regulation. They can't score a goal to save their lives. This team has just been downright embarrassing to start this season. And this was a team that was in the Stanley Cup Finals last year. And we knew that there was going to be some issues here. They lost Shea Weber, maybe forever, certainly for this entire season. They've lost Joel Edmondson to injury. He hasn't played yet. Carey Price is away from the team. He hasn't played. And it's just been an absolutely disastrous start for the Montreal Canadiens. 0-5-0. They need to get things turned around here pretty quickly because they are in a top-heavy division that it is going to be hard to make the playoffs. And when you've got teams like Tampa Bay, Boston, Florida, Toronto in your division, it's not going to be easy to make the playoffs. And this is a team that is digging themselves a big hole early. But those are your 5 coldest teams out of the gate. And obviously, some teams have come out and started their seasons very, very well, and some other teams have come out and not quite gotten the starts that they wanted. But we'll see what the list looks like next week as we have a whole other week of action under our belts here as the NHL season rolls along. But with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, our merchandise store, memberships, and donation links are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.